Cheers.
Salute.
No. No alcohol today. No alcohol for you. You got a big weekend coming up. You had a big day yesterday. Today is sober day.
For the next 6 days, sobriety will be my best friend. And 3 days after that, sobriety will be allergic to me.
You won't even know the feeling.
No. Be like, wow, what's water? Honestly, before we get into everything, and I assume there's no joke because of that.
No joke this time, no.
That's fine. We're doing episodes every fortnightly. Next week, Jared's in Tasmania for the Aflw, and I'm also in a tea place, but it's called Tail and Bend, and the location will not be produced for reasons that I cannot explain. But I'll say is 2 words: footy trip.
And it's a big one.
And from the dot points that I have received, I may not make it out alive. So if this is the last episode of the Glass Table and the last time we endeavor on a journey of stupid sexiness, it's been a pleasure. And
it's been an absolute pleasure.
As we crash into the intro, I shall say, to the kings and queens of the earth, God bless. Let's go.
Here at the Glass Table, we're just like you.
I like to play football, I like to watch football, and I like to talk about football.
Yay! I like to play football, and I like to watch football, and I like to talk about football.
But we do things a little bit differently around here.
That could be a dream, Jared.
Stupid sexy.
Sit back and enjoy the show.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Glass Table. It's episode 102, which was my heart rate about 15 minutes ago. Probably still is with this Red Bull, but I'm not getting any endorsements. But I have one of these per day, 4 days a week, and probably 16 of them on a Saturday night, depending on the event. But it doesn't matter. We are here after the trade period, and I'm happy to welcome my co-host who, honestly, I nominated him for People's Stupid Sexy Man of the Year, but haven't heard the application come back yet. But Jared, welcome.
Is it because that award doesn't exist?
I might have sent it as Stupid Sexy, and they declined.
Fair enough. It's very good to be here. Ooh. Beer, scary. Ooh. Get out of the way. Ooh. Ooh.
I don't fear that.
You will soon. It's very, very nice to be here.
They're fucking off the rails. Those fumes are doing well.
It's very, very nice to be here back, episode 102. Like you said, obviously the end of the trade period, which was good fun. The end of the men's season. Now it's just waiting for the draft. We were saying this, I think we said this off camera last time, but usually like the draft, like this time of year, it's like exciting for the draft and you're looking at who you want kind of thing. Port Adelaide's first pick is 49, if I'm correct.
Yep.
And St Kilda's is 50. So you can forgive us if we're just a little bit not caring about the draft this year.
I'm not fucking interested one bit. I'm going to come straight out and say, not only am I not interested in the draft, I feel so sorry for the kids that are coming through the ranks. You know, we're starting to see the articles of draft rankings and players that may potentially go in the top 10, and it's all exciting. But this is just a little side note for the clubs. You lot have sucked the life out of this draft. Oh, this draft has nothing in it. There's no depth and everything like that. These poor kids are working their ass off to keep their AFL dreams alive. And you guys are going, nah, I want a future for next year. This year's shit. Nah, trade me out of it. Oh, Brisbane have got academy picks. Oh, Gold Coast have got academy picks. Everyone else doesn't matter.
It's rough, isn't it? Imagine being Willem Dersma right now, and all you see every single day is how bad this draft is, and you're meant to be like the top pick in it, and you're like,
Oh,
great.
Dylan Sharp, the SA boy. Everyone's touting to be one of the best picks in this draft. Doesn't matter, mate. Doesn't matter.
Who cares about this draft? Everyone was doing everything they can to get out of it. It is so funny to witness. I think that's literally what it is. This draft, especially. Last year's draft was so hyped up. It's like, man, well, it's going to be a great first round. Like, everybody in the first round is a great pick and such an exciting prospect. And this year it's just like, I don't care. I know like 6 of the names of the guys. And I now know Javan Philippou, who said that he thought he was the best player in the draft the other day, which I just
He
find
could be right.
could be right. I don't know. All these players seem to be nothing. So could be great. I'm not sure. Very funny though, and I'm glad he actually gave something in this draft. You know, all the players were given nothing. That at least maybe be like, that's pretty interesting. I'm going to see where he gets picked up.
Yeah. And I can't wait for our first pick. Port Adelaide's first pick in the draft is going to be a rookie elevation for Harrison Ram.
Hey.
I love to also see that they added the pick 85. That also didn't come up in previous conversations for Port picks, but now pick 85 is there. Unfortunately, we had to trade pick 103, which really hurts our draft selections.
Hurts the hand, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Superstar.
It really doesn't help the look of the draft, the appeal. My draft preview this year is going to be generally, welcome to the pair. We've got picks 49, 85, and thanks for watching.
One of them, maybe. We will use one of them, maybe. Looking forward to it. It's going to be fantastic. I will find out who we pick on the day. I have not put any pre-thought or pre-effort into who we're picking. It's just he's going to pop up on the screen. I'm going to be like, right, who are you? That's going to be my day, which I'm very, very much looking forward to. But you're right. The draft this year is not as fun. It's a little bit less exciting. And yeah, it's less visually appealing. It doesn't look. What's the what would you say the word is for something that it's not quite stupid sexy. Play the thing. Stupid sexy AFL player.
Jared did a fucking segue. Jared did a segue.
Sound the alarm.
Oh my god. Jared did yeah. Oh my god. I might have to change my super sexy just to that.
And you didn't even see it coming. You had no idea.
I am Patrick Stumped. Super sexy time, JT, and after that segue, I am bamboozled. So you can go first.
Okay.
Who's yours?
My first one this week, it actually came through today, and I thought it was absolutely hilarious. I saw it just before we jumped on the call, and it's fantastic. Now, the actual stupid sexy is it's more of how it's more of how this was found more than anything else. But Matt Rao was spotted on a broadcast camera at a Japanese baseball game, just out of nowhere. Right now, that's great and all. Good on you, Matt Rao. I like the sport of baseball too. I think it's pretty fun. How possibly has this been found by a person who is tuning into this Japanese baseball game and goes, it's Matt Rao. So my stupid sexy is applauding this person that was watching Japanese fucking baseball and went, I see fucking the Brownlow medalist. How'd they do it? I have no idea. It's extraordinary. I loved it. I thought it was so funny.
I did see that, and I thought it was quite funny that Matt Rao was there in general.
Just at a game. Out.
Yep, honey, we're gonna go watch the baseball. Oh, we're going to the MLB. No, we're going to Japan.
I thought it was so funny, and he looked like he was having a great time. Had a beer in hand too. It was awesome. I was perfect. It was a perfect look. Matt Real has had one of the funniest off seasons ever. Like he was absolutely hammered Brownlow night, and like that photo the day after where he looked like he'd literally not he had negative sleep. It seemed, and I think ever since then he's just been coasting through. And now he's spotted in Japan at a baseball game. Oh, just an all-time off season from our man Matty Rao.
He's definitely going to take those 2 extra weeks leave, I reckon.
when the 1 to 4 year players come back, and it's like, oh, but look at this guy coming back. Matt Rao will not be one of them.
Love when the senior players come out and train with the first to 4 years. Matt Rao won't be that.
Nah, not even close. He's never even going to be close. What is your shoes actually?
Well, it's his new teammate, and it's funny enough. I thoroughly enjoyed the video of him seeing his Guernsey. It's not Jamaro Ugelhagen, it's Christian Petrarca.
Yep.
Just like I know the video was funny because someone in the comments said, "This is like he's never seen red."
Never seen the color red.
Never seen the color red.
About it.
But he put it on, and there was just something about Christian Petrarca wearing the Gold Coast Suns kit, but it's the same color Guernsey, same color shorts, socks, just all matching. The man suits the sun in general.
He does. He's got
And
that.
I
Italian
honestly think, yeah, and he's gonna have that. He's gonna have that glow about him. New club glow. I'm gonna watch his TikToks from here on because I reckon he's gonna have a bit of an extra spice to it.
Yeah, I like it.
But a lot of the players in general actually look really good in their new colours. Definitely like the TDK one. I think he suits the blonde long. Yeah.
There's something about it. It's like becoming this running gag where it's like if you put any long blonde hair player in a security jumper, it's like, yeah, that just fits. Like it just looks right, doesn't it? It always looks right every single time.
The Saints are copying the Cats.
Business
Cats thing.
model.
Yeah, let's
Long
recruit long blondes or blonde hairs, and then we'll try and, you know, I'm still learning Travalia and Tarut. But no, Christian looks very good, and yeah, it's a nice touch, and all the players are joining in. Look pretty good. Corey Durden's another one that actually really suits the Port Adelaide colours, and that's absolutely 150% biasness, but you know.
Yeah.
Also, well done and congratulations to Trav Boak, who's going to go to Carlton as a leadership and mentor coach. Culture. And I tell you what, if there's anyone you want to build culture around, it's Trav Boak. So Carlton have a good one, and I won't hold any grudge because he'll be doing a job that's probably going to be 2 days a week, and the rest is going to be playing at Torquay and
I was going to say,
sinking piss at the local pub.
He's not going to be spending a lot of time within the walls of Icon Park, I wouldn't have thought. Which is fair. Good on him. But very funny that Carlton and Port have this, like, they are just changing people over.
Yeah, I know, eh? It's
fantastic.
Chris Davies, Michael Voss, obviously Trav Boak. Corey Durden's come to us.
Francis Evans went the other way.
Francis Evans is there. Weird connection.
Yeah, some bizarre things happening.
And similar in terms of continuously teasing success and letting their fans down.
Yep.
Now in the same boat where, you know, one has a new coach and the other one, they want their coach sacked. It's almost like a fucking parallel universe.
Pretty close. They're pretty close.
And it'll be similar probably positions next year.
I was going to say, I think Carlton are just doing what Port have done, but like 3 years before. Like where Carlton is entering like the next little bit of the Port thing where it was like make a prelim, make a couple of finals in a row. Like just do these sorts of things. Fantastic. Carlton is having fun. Speaking of like the ones like players like Corey Durden looking good in the Port jumper, Ben Ainsworth looks fantastic in the Carlton jumper.
Boots it massively. So does Ollie Florent.
Yeah, Florence suits it as well. Hayward, probably not. But I'm a big fan of Ainsworth as a bully. We said this off camera as well, but I think Ben Ainsworth's having a great year. I think he just suits the Carlton Football Club, and I love the look of that jumper. I love the look of a lot of them. The one that's going to hurt me more than anything in the world is when I see Jack Steele wearing that demon jumper. That's going to really suck. I'm going to really, really hate that. But that's okay. I feel like this is I wouldn't. This isn't a segue necessarily, but it is the perfect thing into the next thing that we're going to talk about. In that Jack Steele wearing the Melbourne jumper is going to suck. But I watched his G'day D's fans video that went on Instagram, and yeah, that was a stake to the heart. Let me tell you, that one that one really, really hurt the soul. I think.
Yeah, look, and that probably does lead into the fact that we've got a little segment we wanted to do. We teased it on the live stream if you watched it. Is boo or not taboo?
Yeah.
It's every player that was traded. I'm going to read them out, and we're just going to basically say if they'll be booed or not by the fans, by their former fans. Also, just before we get into that, very, very funny that Patrick Rechko got a mention on the Fox footy page of players in New Jerseys.
Like he ever wore the Geelong one.
And it was very funny. Yeah, they looked really good in the Geelong VFL one.
Yeah, like the VFL
But
one.
we started off so big with big names, Petrarca, TDK, and then as you got further into the carousel, it was just a bit less.
Good bar Maley.
Patrick Rechko, welcome to the Tigers, who'll probably play a few games next year, and he'll have a game where he has 20 touches and kicks a snag and probably come into the fantasy team.
I was gonna say, and it's gonna all the comments are gonna be like, Steele, we got him for nothing. Steele.
That's my Russian. Right, boo or not to boo, Jared. We'll start from the top. Starcevich to the Eagles. Will he be booed by the Lions?
He will not. I think he's done enough for the Lions. I think they'll give him a bit of love. In fact,
general rule of booing would be if you're a premiership player.
Yeah, exactly right.
But if you won a flag and you left on bad terms, can probably Like I never booed Sean Burgoyne.
No,
couldn't boo Sean. But I love now that, like, for Port fans, we always boo Damien Hardwick because he was a Port player and won a flag, but he's caused us heartache and real bad pain with Gold Coast and Richmond.
Yeah, fair.
That makes sense. Perspective. Judd McVie, will he be booed by the D's? I don't think he'll be remembered, to be honest.
I was going to say, I don't think there'll be enough D's fans there to boo him. But let's say yes. Let's say he does.
I really hope the fixture when it comes out, like that, they go, no, we won't do the Saints Blues, or we won't do, like Melbourne Gold Coast prime time. We want Freo D's for the Judd McVie Cup.
I like it. I'm a big fan of that.
Will the 9 Gold Coast supporters boo Sam Flanders?
Nah, not Flanders. That won't be Flanders.
Liam Reedy? Liam Reedy has a potential to play for Carlton, do something bad in that Freo game, and then be booed.
Yeah,
but that'll be the first time he gets noticed by the fans,
by either opposition, by either team.
Yeah, Malcolm Roses Jr. Probably not.
No.
Liam Ryan for me is going to be booed.
Nah, they love him. They love him in West Coast. Like
no, he's left.
Yeah, but they love him though. They won a flag again. This is the Sean Burgoyne. Won him a flag. Like nobody hates him over there. Nobody at all hates him. He will not be booed.
I beg to differ, depending on what the game's played. Speaking of Saints fans, will they boo Max Heath?
Nah, they'll say Moose, and it'll sound like it. He won't be playing. He won't be playing in the team for them to be able to.
No, probably not. Brody Myercheck, will he be booed by the Pies?
Maybe.
Oh, I think they'll boo anyone. So yeah,
I think that actually, to be fair, that is the only thing that would make the West Coast thing happen. Is just they're like Collingwood fans and they'd boo anyone. I actually think Myercheck will get booed. Also because he played like shit like the year that just happened. Like he played terribly. So I think Pies fans are going to be like pretty angry about that still.
Yeah, I think he'll get booed too. Not for the fact that I think he's just purely not playing for the Pies anymore. That's general concern. Will West Coast boo Campbell Chesser?
Yeah.
For the diehards, yes. but for the people that occasionally go watch West Coast, they won't know who that is.
Yeah.
Will Gold Coast boo Ben Ainsworth? Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
Because they went to the Blues as well. You got to think, because it's to Carlton.
Yeah, it's who they go to. Yeah.
So, speaking of Carlton, will they boo Corey Durden?
Yeah, they will.
Yeah. Although, depends where that game is played.
Yeah. There could be none of them there, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, at either game, to be honest. Tyler Young, will he be booed by the Tigers?
Wouldn't have thought so.
Probably won't remember who he is.
No, definitely not.
Out with the young, in with the old. Will Freo boo Will Brody?
Sure.
Freo another one that booed, so yeah, probably.
They won't.
Braden Fiorini would be booed or not booed?
He'll be booed.
Fantastic. CJ to the D's, will he be booed by the Hawks? I think so, because they hated him.
Yeah, they didn't like him late on. The players love him though.
But you don't see players booing though, Jared, do you?
I know.
You don't see 21 of them out in the field going.
I think they will boo him. They will boo him. They shouldn't, but they will.
Imagine the players booing, like the 4 on the bench or 5 next year. They're just all standing next to each other. Just funny. Will Sydney fans boo Ollie Florent?
That one's interesting.
I've made a pact with myself, and I'm not a Sydney fan, but I will never boo Ollie Florent. I'll always cheer for him because the gift that he gave us of not being able to hit a 35-meter kick at the SCG is pretty forgiving.
What a day.
Yeah. Never forget, eh?
No, they won't boo him.
Which I saw wrong be booed.
No. I wouldn't even know what it was like.
No. Freo fans will start cheering for him because it's a sarong. Will North fans boo Finbar Malley?
They'll say Moose. Similar situation to Max Heath.
Yeah, probably won't even get a game.
No.
Now this one, I think, 100%. This is the biggest boo in the entire boo or not to boo, and it's Jamaro Ugle-Hagan.
Oh. There's only one more that I would put above it, but yeah, there's going to be a fucking big contingent of dog. I tell you what, I think if you're not going to put D's sons in the first round, you do dog sons at Marvel. That'd be fucking awesome.
Saturday night.
Yeah. Or a Friday night. Oh, it'd be awesome.
Yeah, I rate that shit.
Yeah.
Will Sydney boo Jack Buller?
You know what? Yeah, they will. Because, like, what the fuck?
That's fair.
Went to Collingwood, so yeah, they will.
Our man Patrick Retchko.
Yeah, the Geelong VFL fans are going to be fucking. Whenever they play at fucking Punt Road at 1:15, the Geelong VFL fans are going to be fucking so angry.
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
Mm.
Yes. Christian Petrarca, will he be booed by the D's fans? That's a tough one because I think they will, but not as badly as
his team, as his former
Clayton Oliver.
Yeah. See, I think they boo him like. I think it's one of those boos that's like maybe the first time, and it's only like a little tiny bit of the crowd, and then by later on, no one cares anymore, and it'll just be normal again. But he has tried to force his way out of there like twice in a row now, so maybe he might.
One of those ones where, like I said before, like booing a premiership player for your club who was your highest profile player.
Won your Norm Smith that game, so
he's been a terrific footballer for your club. Did so much for your club and then wanted out of the club. So it's, the weird balance. So I expect him to be treated with respect, but I still think, the boos will come for a track, which will be interesting. Jack Steele, will he be booed?
Not a chance. There isn't. If anything, it's the complete opposite, and the fans get up and literally give him a standing ovation. There is no way he gets booed, this man.
Jack Steele to be the first player in history to be getting a standing ovation by the opposition fans during a game.
Got to be close. He'll definitely go close.
I look forward to seeing that. Hey, speaking of Clayton Oliver,
To the heavens. He'll get booed to the heavens.
yeah,
And then this is one of those things. Won a flag, absolutely, but left on terrible terms. So we'll get booed dramatically.
I'm going to save the big profile to the last.
Hmm.
Will Hayward, will he be booed?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. Why not?
Charlie Curnow from Wish, I'll start calling him. Speaking of Charlie Curnow, the last trade of the trade period, I think this is just the biggest boo ever.
Yeah, I was going to say this is the one that I was saying that goes just above the Jamara one for me. This is huge. This is a massive one. He gets booed. The way I would like to see it all pan out, because you obviously couldn't go to round one because like Carlton versus Richmond, that's fine. So you make round two your like let's start fucking around with it all kind of thing. And if you could do Carlton St Kilda, that works. But like you want Carlton Sydney at the G on a Friday night. At some point, you want Charlie Curnow like up against Jacob Wiedering. That's what you want. That's what you like to see.
I can say that.
Mm.
It's no longer training. Do you know what? The AFL, so the fixture will come out in a few weeks' time.
Yep.
And I can see just the AFL licking their lips, rubbing their hands together because they have so many matchups to play with over the first 4 or 5 rounds. Their marquee games on top of Easter Monday, Anzac Day, round 1, gather round, all these big games, clashes that happen across the first few weeks anyway. They can throw in these big high-profile matches of Carlton versus Sydney or Carlton versus St Kilda or Melbourne versus GWS, Melbourne versus the Gold Coast or the Dogs versus Gold Coast. You know, these players and that, you know, everyone's been traded to. And yeah, I'm sure they're licking the lips at where to place these Thursday nights and Friday nights. And the video guys are going to be having packages galore. And it's one of the most anticipated starts to the year I think we'll have next year, purely on the basis of all these big name trades that have happened.
Yes.
And these fixtures that will come out. In particular, you know, Geelong versus Richmond for when Patrick Rechko gets going.
Man, that VFL game's going to hit. I'm looking forward to it. But no, you're right. Like it is very, very interesting, and like you're spot on. I think by the time, I also think as well, as much as we were talking shit about the draft being not as good, it actually is going to make the appetite for the footy season come back around even more so, because people are going to be like, I didn't even care about the draft, like it didn't matter to me, kind of thing. So like I'm ready to go. So by the time like those preseason matches come, people are just going to be like chomping. They're like, and like so many teams think they are now like a chance this year, and like you look at so many teams across the league, and every single team has like a reason as to why they think they're going to jump up, kind of thing. Like whether it was they're recovering from injuries from last year, or they've brought in these big names, kind of thing. So every fan base is just going to be so locked into these early games. And you know, you throw in like they might change opening round up a little bit, like they might make it so that there's still a game in Melbourne, or you know, they might change around who it is, or whatever the case may be. It just adds to this thing, and all the AFL has to do is not fuck it up. just don't fuck it up, and it'll be fine. Just please be good.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, but I'm very, very, very excited. Will Oscar Allen be booed or not booed?
Oscar Allen will definitely be booed.
100%. Will Charlie Spargo be booed?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I don't think I remember him, to be honest. Jacob Ware, well, I don't think he'd be booed.
No.
Where will the fans be?
Not there.
Not there. Not with Jacob Ware. Rhyme City, bitch. Well, I think this one will be. This is underrated. Boo for me is Sam Draper.
I was just about to say Sam Draper, big time boo. He's gonna get booed so hard.
And this is your typical Sam Draper. This will be like a round 7 game we get on a Thursday night.
Just him, just
at Marvel, because they'll feed the Essendon. We'll still get that sporadic Essendon primetime game for some reason. And they'll be against Brisbane because it's going to be the reigning premiers to carry that. So
I'm loving
that'll
that.
be the reason.
Draper will line up his snap, set shot, he'll kick it, and it'll just...
Oh, yeah. And Essendon win by 10 points because you can't shush anymore. James Warple, will it be booed?
Yeah, I think he will.
Yeah, I think so too. And the next two, I think, are so obvious it's not even funny. Jack Silvani and Tom de Koning are going to be heavily booed by the Carlton Football Club.
Heavily, especially Silvani. Like Silvani, absolutely, especially. Because people kind of understand it's like, Teddy Cat's a lot of money. Like I also like people are more come to terms with that. The Silvani one is like, oh boy, like it's like desecrating the name at the football club, like kind of levels of booing. So the AFL will not be able to resist doing a Carlton St Kilda MCG game early in the year, and it's gonna be big.
We're getting that round 3.
Yeah, and all the other years recently, like Carlton Saints has been a marble game, unless it was the Spuds game last year, which was at the G. But usually Carlton St Kilda is a marble game. They're not doing that this year. This year it's like you are playing at the MCG, and they'll play it early in the year before like that usual Carlton form sort of starts to decline a little bit, and while the Saints' hopes are still up and everything, so the crowd will be bumper, and it'll be loud.
I'm very excited.
It's a lot.
These fixtures are going to be incredible and absolutely outstanding. But yeah, they're the players, and it's nice sitting here supporting a football club. Like you said, like every club has its stake in next year. Port have Josh Carr, a couple of nice recruits that will go under the radar, and it's nice being a club. I think you can afford, especially going to next year, all these clubs and everything have these high profile stakes now. Like the Saints have gone all in. The Brisbane obviously are reigning premiers. The Cats are the Cats, and the Pies and everything. And teams are written off already, and it's yada yada. But I think a team next year that flies under the radar is probably going to prove pivotal because that pressure's off you.
Yeah,
there is no stake at all for you, and teams like Port Adelaide, like I'd almost say Hawthorn, GWS, that they don't have that media pressure as much as, say, the Pies, the Saints, the Cats, Carlton, because of these trades and everything. So just a little throwaway line. But I think, teams that are under the radar next year will probably have a bigger say than people think.
I agree with that. Port Adelaide is a great example. Another team that I think is definitely going to benefit from this is the Dogs, because for the last however many years, like the Dogs, you come into every year and all the talk is about how good the Dogs list is and how they need to play finals this time, blah, blah, and it feels like the pressure gets to them. Now it finally feels like they don't have that much pressure. They still have the same team, except they brought in Connor Buderick, which is an improvement. So like they have gotten slightly better, and that pressure is now sort of relieved a little bit, which I think is helpful. Cody Waitman comes back for a full year as well, which I think is cool. So like, I just think that's a team as well that definitely is going to fly under the radar for me. People are like not going to think about it because they didn't bring in a big name free agent. They didn't get Cal Wilkie. They didn't get Silvani, whatever. But like, yeah, they didn't get that key defender they were after. But like, I still think they're going to be really talented, and they're definitely under the radar team for me. The Dogs.
Freo's another as well.
Yeah.
I would throw Adelaide in there as well, but I also think that being the minor premiers,
minor premier keeps them up and about, I think.
But they're the team, I think, obviously without going into predictions and stuff, is one that can have that big slide. So it'd be interesting to see what sort of eventuates. But if we talk about teams and things going into next year, fresh starts, new places, different feels. We had this conversation off air. We were like, "Oh, what team should have a change?" And overall, an overall feel. I think Essendon.
Yeah. So, like the purpose of what we're saying here is around this time of year, everybody starts to think like, "Oh, do we need to change our logos?" Kind of thing. We had 3 teams do it last year: Gold Coast, Adelaide, Saints. And you kind of look at it all and you go, what needs to change what's going to happen kind of thing. There is two teams, and Essendon is absolutely one of them. They are one of the ones that have just kept their logo through it all. And if there is ever a team that needs to disassociate from the last 20 years, it's the Essendon Football Club. As much as they are a very like proud, historic club kind of thing, they got to get moving on some new stuff, and they got to try and make themselves look different. You know, Andrew Welsh has come out and they've said like, this is a new Essendon, like, you know, we are here, like I'm trying to drag this team out of the kind of thing. Start fresh, like give yourself a new redesign, give yourself an opportunity to just be like, here's what we're going to do. And teams that have done that, you know, did okay. Like Adelaide weren't ever fantastic. You know, they redesigned their logo. They gave themselves a bit of a fresh identity. Worked out pretty well for them. Gold Coast did similar. Had never made finals. Changed their logo, made finals kind of thing. I'm just like, I think it's more so than just changing like a logo. It's helping to just disassociate the team that you're seeing now from the team of the last 20 years, which for Essendon has been atrocious over the last 20 years. So I absolutely agree. I think the Essendon logo changes. How do you think they change it? What do you think they do? Do they go the St Kilda route by just like basically getting rid of the words? Or do they make it like completely different all over again?
I think you go completely different.
Yeah.
One thing that's a small detail.
Yeah.
And just a little thing I picked up on. Talk about the negativity for Essendon and their whole, you know, brand of being this team that hasn't won a final in so long. And, you know, this negativity, and they've gone through a drug saga, and they've gone through everything that's been thrown at them, the captain wanting to leave. So it's all negatives. It's all pushing down. Their logo with the bomber is flying down. So even just flipping the fucking thing and showcasing it to go upwards could be something different, pointing up. And maybe you have similar to, you know, the Brisbane Lions or the West Coast Eagles, or the Hawks even. The words are still on top, but you have like the bomber flying through the words type thing. You know, I'm not a graphic designer, I'm not saying, but it's just like, it's an idea to say, right, well, the direction we want to go is up. With Andrew Welsh's vision and wanting to, you know, keep to their word, they've already showcased they're going to be ballsy and stick by their word by keeping Zach Merritt against his will to leave, and they're not entertaining any trades or anything. That's a first step in signifying a significant change in the mentality of the club. So a fresh logo, maybe a slogan change, you know, and just changing little things that can make the club more appealing. And all of a sudden that feels different around the club, you know, feels different. And I think that's something I would do. I don't know what you think, but I think it definitely just little changes. It doesn't have to be a full on, oh, we're changing Guernsey, we're changing everything.
Yeah.
Just little things.
I think it's like similar to what St Kilda did this year, where it's the logo stayed relatively the same. You know, you change up a little bit of the look of it and everything like that, but like all the jumpers still stay the same. You just change the logo a little bit to get a little bit fresher look. And same thing, like, while St Kilda weren't successful on field this year, things have started to shift. Like, you know, people are wanting to play for the club now. Like, you know, fans are more excited kind of thing. It just helps. I don't know, helps set out a new thing that I think is very interesting. I like the idea of the bomber flying up too. I also think it's an opportunity for the Dogs to change their logo. So right now they're rocking their 100th logo. So they're obviously going to change that back to the logo they've been wearing before that. But I think they should change from that one again. And my reason is I don't like it.
I think about you and the Dogs being bad.
I don't have anything about the rebranding or anything like that. I just don't think the Dogs logo is very good.
Well, I'm glad my reasoning for Essendon was perpetual. Yours is just simply, it's fucking shit.
I just don't like it. I just don't think it's that nice.
You don't like the Dogs in general.
No, I actually do. I actually do like the Dogs. But
no, you like the Bond. You don't like the Dogs.
I do like the Bond. I like Ed Richards. But yeah, I don't know.
That's fair. I also think I'll go one step further and just say, like, if you're gonna do that, fucking change your name back to Footscray. And we've had this conversation.
I was gonna say, I reckon this is a topic we bring up at least once a year. But but the Dogs should be known as Footscray. Properly.
Footscray Dogs has a lot better
It's what they are in the VFL. It's what's on the back of their jumper. It says FFC. Just fucking do it. Like, just be
Footscray Football Club.
Just be
Footscray Dogs.
Yeah, Footscray
Like the
Dogs.
North Melbourne Football Club, but we still call them the Kangaroos.
Yep.
It's a similar brand to that, you know?
Yep.
You're the Footscray Football Club, but you're known as the Dogs. I think it's just a lot easier on the eye.
Yeah.
Footscray, you know, has a better ring to it.
I just think it's way better. Dogs have got a bit of work. The only other team that should do that, not change their name, but like Melbourne shouldn't be the Demons. They should just be Melbourne Football Club.
Nah, because I like the Ds. I like just saying the Ds.
The idea is nice, but I don't think it suits their brand.
Yeah, well, their brand being Demon
It
Spirit.
doesn't suit the MCC brand, of Melbourne Football Club. It's like Demons. Like they're two very.
I have a lot of demons.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, true, but they're very, very separate things, which it's fine. But those are the two teams that I think should change their logo. We've had a lot, like looking at it now, there's a lot of teams that have changed their logos over the last little while, which is
Yeah,
just
I don't think you want to change logos per se for the sake of it all the time.
no.
But in an ever-changing world where things move so quickly, changing your logo and changing things get lost. And I'm sure by round 10 this year, we all saw the Crows logo and thought, oh, well, that's been there for a while.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
the Suns have a significant success now with their logo. So it's almost like, I don't even remember what the old one was.
I literally think about their old one and it makes me think so retro. And I'm like, they literally wore it last year. But like
Yeah.
for some reason in my head, I'm like, that's 2011.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even close to it.
I think a perfect example of that is the Port logo.
Yeah.
And I might be a bit biased, but like you see the old one and it's like, fuck, that is retro.
Yeah.
The new one is well, it's been 5 years. And
Yeah.
it's like, huh. Wow. That's your perfect blend of retro and non-retro.
I like the Port logo too. There's good things happening. Like the Saints one again, they didn't change it too much, but I even look at like the old Saints ones and I'm like, geez, that feels like it was a while ago. It was literally one whole year ago, but it feels like it was a while ago.
Feels like it was forever ago. Saints footy.
Saints footy going through, but that's okay. That's my teams that I think should change their logos.
Fair enough. Rebrands. I'm mentioning slogans as well. Saints footy, Demon Spirit. I think just like having something, and I don't care if hashtags have gone outwards of things, but like it's almost like a community thing where you have this specific hashtag, this slogan that represents your cohort. We used to do We Are Port Adelaide, and I thought that was killer.
Yeah.
But now I think it's just a missing identity,
It's a good way to be able to bring people together and like know that you're tweeting on the same sort of, or like tweeting and then using the same things. We were talking about this before, but like, yeah, Saints use Saints footy. I don't like the Demons one. The Demons use Demon Spirit, and I'm just like, makes no sense. Like it just, no one outside of those tweets like says anything about Demon Spirit. They don't talk about play. Like it's like they've seen what the Roos did with Shinbone Spirit, and they're like, yeah, Demon Spirit. What the fuck is that? It doesn't mean anything. It does not actually mean anything. So like some of them, I'm like, just you need to cool off and like get something different kind of operation. Like some of them work, some don't. But I understand like why teams don't really use them as much anymore because hashtags just don't do anything anymore, really.
It just doesn't really have to be a hashtag. It's just like I remember when Ken first came to the club and we put out a commercial at the start of the year with all the leadership group and Ken, and it was just like the simple, we will never give up.
Yeah.
Stamp that, and throughout the whole year we had comebacks, we had, exciting games. We never gave up. We made a final series for the first time in so long. It was belief. It put belief in the fan base. And I think a team like Essendon, a team like North, a team like the D's, these types of teams that have had their souls sucked out of them, even the Blues now.
Yeah.
Maybe, just maybe, this is an opportunity to, rebrand, refresh, and we mentioned like logos and stuff, but having something that you can sort of tap into and be like, oh, well, I believe.
Yeah. I agree. I think also, like, you spoke about the Blues there. Now's the perfect opportunity for the Blues where they're probably not, like, contending now. So, like, if you'd have done it in the last couple of years, it's like, don't mess with it. Like, we're playing all right footy, whatever. But now that you're kind of out of it, you've got some new faces. Maybe it's new faces, new slogan, new sort of just way to go about a few new things. And let the new guys lead it. Let Ainsworth and Florin and Hayward and stuff sort of lead this charge. And, like, it also helps show that, like, they're committed and they're able to replace, Charlie Curnow and all these kinds of guys. I don't know. Just an interesting thought.
I liked, obviously it was a few weeks back now, but Michael Voss said it was something along the lines of for Carlton. And I was like, well, there's your fucking slogan this year.
Doing it for
Yeah.
Carlton.
Do it for Carlton. So was TDK and Silvani, to be honest. They were doing it for Carlton by leaving. So was Corey Durden. You talk about big losses, right? TDK, yeah, sure. Going to be his superstar ruckman. Jack Silvani, cult hero. Corey Durden, man, like, that's a big loss.
How many goals does Corey Durden kick this year?
I think it was about 15.
How many does he kick in 2026?
58.
Big jump.
A big preseason for the Dirds.
Big preseason after just getting himself acquainted with a very quick trade to Port Adelaide and saying, I'm here now, everybody. You're welcome.
Very well spoken. Borderline super sexy, that lad. He was oozing the South Australia off of him.
Yeah.
So when you put the port thing on. Anyway.
Really job, Ron. Very nice. Speaking of, we mentioned this before as well, and I think we mentioned this last week. The player introduction videos, which we've mentioned before about we wanted them to be a little bit more exciting, and I've seen a lot of them over the last little while. I also saw the behind the scenes of the Charlie Curnow one getting filmed. They didn't listen to us at all, and they've all been so boring and just like the normal, just, hey guys, here I am. Here.
Charlie Curnow was ready to place your order.
Yep. You have.
Are you using your Macca's rewards today?
That was exactly Curtis, but at least like some of them have spoken relatively well and everything like that, which is nice. That's the key. You just got to speak well. Don't stumble over anything. Just straight line.
I really, really hope you're listening to what I'm about to say and you put this down, your little ideas, notes for the Saints. But when I've already presented the idea of doing the players jumping out for your content. But now I think you should just really have a dark room and it's just a table and it's like Soprano vibe. Secure Mafia. There's just the 4 recruits sitting around the table.
That's a really good idea.
And it's just like dark room, the red vibrance around, and it's just they're just talking about what they're excited about.
Yeah.
It's like a really dark theme, but they're talking lightheartedly,
Yeah, I actually like that. That is good. The red light everywhere, but they're just like, I'm just really excited to play it around.
Yeah. Well, they interview each other, I think it'll be,
It's a good idea.
And I'm the one working at the advertiser. Anyway, before we close up shop for this week, AFLW.
Yes.
You wanted to mention a few things about that. It's obviously heating up. Is it one of the more anticipated endings to a year? And I don't think a lot of people paying respect to the AFLW still, but from what I've seen, and I enjoyed Port Adelaide getting the job done over the Hawks. It's nice to see teams that are like 10th beating second and a little bit more unpredictably with sorry. I can get this out. More unpredictability.
Got it.
Thank you. With the league. I know from the bottom 6 to the rest is a kind of a shit show, but so was the AFL men's this year, to be honest.
That's exactly what I would like, to talk about. You said it perfectly there. For all the years the AFLW's existed, the concept of like an upset never really happened. Like you never got massive upsets. Like you got some upsets which were like pretty good kind of thing, but this year especially, you're seeing way more upsets and unpredictability, which is showing that the gap between, North is pretty much accepted to this list. Let's just ignore North Melbourne. They're a different thing. From 2nd through to 18th, you can tell that it's starting to even out a little bit. Like Melbourne lost to Freo last week. Freo now in 10th. Melbourne is 2nd. Hawks, like you said, Port got the job done over Hawks. Port are fighting for a final spot. Hawks are in the top 4 kind of thing. Like the Saints have won 6 in a row with no footballers available on the park. Like it's become this thing. And you look at it now, and the end of the men's season, everyone was talking about how bad it was and how the gap between the top 9 and the bottom 9 was so, massive. That is not the case here in the AFLW, because the Cats, who are in 12th, Port, Freo, Sydney, Carlton, Adelaide, West Coast, St Kilda, Brisbane, there is 3 games between 8 teams just about. And they're all playing each other, and they're all sort of doing different things. And there's unlikely, teams are bound. There's all these different things. And I think it's like, you just look at the results and you just have to watch the footy itself to actually be like, there's a lot going on at the moment. And it's exciting to watch. Like, it is very, very exciting to be able to witness and just see. And like, you see it everywhere at the moment. Like, even the Giants, who haven't been fantastic this year, they took it right up to Freo yesterday. Like, there's a lot happening in the comp at the moment. And it's very, very exciting. You're right. It's heating up towards the back end of the year. Obviously, North are still just doing North Melbourne things, which is fine. But all the other teams are kicking around, which is very, very good. And like you said, you got to watch Port beat the Hawks the other day, which is very exciting.
Which was the highest combined score in the AFLW history so far for a game. And it beat our own record against the Suns earlier in the year.
Yeah.
Which I thought was quite interesting. To say the least, that we're probably now having a missed opportunity of playing finals, and it's going to come down to the fact that we choked the 30-point lead against you guys. But yeah, it's like that we're seeing those score lines of 94 to 59, and even North Melbourne versus Adelaide 71 to 31, and these close 40 to 50 games and things, and they're just, I think it's. Sometimes you're going to get the ones where you pick and choose the wrong game to watch, and that's the same with the AFL.
Yeah, you can't say
in general.
that's what gets me as well, is when like it's like halftime and like the score is like 12 to 3 or whatever, and people are like, oh, what's this shit or whatever, and I'm like, there was so many AFL games like that this year. Like, so many games that were like that. Like, you can't just pick and choose just because it's the women's. Like, the men's season was also doing this too.
Absolutely fair enough. And I think, honestly, if you round up the AFLW, even though this unpredictability is happening, we're still going to get a North Brisbane grand final.
Yeah, look, North will definitely be in it. That's an absolute guarantee. The D's percentage is insane. The D's,
they are quite good, actually.
The D's are playing insane footy. If I had to pick, I think I'd put them in there as well, making a North versus D's granny. But Brisbane are always a chance. Obviously, Hawthorn's had a great year. Even Adelaide, who are in 7th at the moment, like, they're one of the teams that could miss finals. But like, if you put them in there, like, they could go from 8th all the way through. And it's like,
who they've got next week? Showdown. And I tell you what, there'll be a lot of happy teams in the top 8 if we beat them.
If you could take down the Crows, that'd be some good stuff.
Well, puts us back in contention.
Puts you in contention, gives us a little bit of a buffer, which is great. Because as of now, so Port and Geelong, like I said, could still make it, but they can't catch us, and that's a big win. Big win on the old train, which is fantastic. So a Port beating Adelaide next week pretty much almost puts us in. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, even though the Dogs are pumping the Suns and doing bits. So, yeah, it should be a fun finish for the AFLW. I'm looking forward to it, and, good luck to all, to be honest.
Good luck to everybody that's ready to roll. And I'm keen to see how it goes. Keen to see North shit it in and win by 50 in the grand final, and everyone goes home happy.
Against the D's, who, will be gallant in the first half, and then it will fire away.
It'll be 15 points at halftime, and it's like, maybe they can do it. And then the Roos will kick 7 goals in the third quarter, and that'll be over. So,
congrats to all.
Yeah.
Well, the AFLW is going to be predictable. So is the AFL draft. No one will watch it. Might see the earliest ever pass in history by pick 40. And yeah.
Another thing that's coming soon as well. Pre-season draft is rolling up as well, which is very, very exciting. Calamarchi, I hope West Coast picks him up. That'd be hilarious. It'll be the funniest thing I've ever seen. Please do it, West Coast. I beg you. We also have all of the SSP selections and everything like that. I think it's going to be really funny. Looking at all the delisted players from this year and seeing which ones are going to play for Tassie's VFL team next year. I think that's going to be pretty cool.
Mason Cox.
Ari Schoenmaker, you are a Tassie devil, my friend. Tom Mitchell, do you want another go? there you go. That'll be one, actually, I think that might be an SSP selection. I think someone's going to look at Tom Mitchell, like an Adelaide or something.
Yeah, I heard Lee ask the question.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I think having him in there is a pretty good idea.
I mean, you'll get 7 games out of him, but
Get 7 games, but the other ones he plays in the twos are going to be really good. Strong twos games, though.
yeah, bring ball magnets to South Australia.
Close mates with Cripper. Then he tells Cripper to come over.
It's just a breeding ground, you know?
That's exactly right.
The Calamarchi thing, you said it'd be pretty funny if West Coast took him. I think it'd be even funnier if Port took him.
Yeah, that'd be good too.
Oh, you want to get 800 grand for a 5-year deal at Adelaide? Oh, but you couldn't get a trade done? About 3 years on 600 at the Power.
You're still home. You're still home.
At least you're still here.
It'd be so good.
Yeah, look. I thought of a slogan. Fuck the Crows.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy Tassie. I'll enjoy.
Ben.
Yeah. Talent Bender, more like it.